The way female characters have been depicted and treated by male characters in film over time has been a controversial topic. The two audiovisual media texts that I believe are important to look back on and analyze are young adult fantasies, the Twilight movies, and the show The Vampire Diaries. These youth-oriented media texts glorify the sexual and emotional appeal multiple men have towards one girl, which creates love triangles that are entertaining to a wide range of people. Though it can add romantic drama to the story, I will get into how it can also be damaging to its intended younger audience. This same relationship can be seen in the series The Vampire Diaries, which was released in 2009. This show depicts the main character, named Elena, being fought over by two brothers, Stefan and Damon. The series begins with Stefan dating Elena and Damon slowly showing interest towards Elena by making inappropriate comments. Though Stefan, quote-unquote, wins the girl, Damon doesn't back down, constantly fighting Stefan and eventually winning Elena at the end of the series. This common relationship between young females and men is still seen in media texts in 2025. Though dynamics such as these toxic relationships tend to change over time, this unhealthy love triangle is still being seen even in different media genres. I want to encourage the idea that media text needs to shift away from this dangerous representation of common relationships. This kind of relationship is seen in The Summer I Turned Pretty, a book which was eventually turned into a series in 2022. This series depicts a girl named Belly who has been close to two brothers her whole life, Conrad and Jeremiah. Conrad is who she has always had a crush on and who she ends up dating, while the other brother sits by waiting for their relationship to end. When they break up, Jeremiah confesses his feelings and they begin to date, making Conrad mad. The audience demographic for these media texts are young adults. This should emphasize why this is so important to analyze the way female characters are being written with male characters, especially their relationship dynamic. Modern movies and shows are still illustrating these common relationship triangles between one female and two male characters, creating dangerous expectations for its audience. This is where controversy comes in. These movies and shows are targeting a younger audience and are supposed to be cute and romantic. The expectations for young girls are unrealistic and dramatized. They are being shown that it is normal for multiple men to chase after you and fight aggressively until you choose. This can also cause dangerous pressure for young adults. These harmful narratives portray young females being seen as an object and being fought over with little power. These media texts also contain stereotypes of female characters being seen as emotional and having little say in the situations. The male characters see the females as the prize and assume the outcome for their relationship with her. Now that I have explained each media text and what about them are important, how can these narratives be changed or shifted? Let's start by breaking through these common relationship dynamics. Maybe by taking the choice of Bella choosing Edward and Jacob simply being okay with her choice, or Elena choosing Stefan and not being persuaded by Damon or anyone else around her, or Belly not having to feel the pressure of Jeremiah, or maybe there simply is no fighting or aggression being portrayed by the male characters, making the female character choose, or else. After analyzing and observing these three media texts from different periods, let's talk about further change. With understanding relationships within these media texts, it is easy to understand that a shift in these sorts of relationships that are being represented and showing to a young audience is what is needed. A healthy depiction of a relationship dynamic between a female and male characters can lower these unrealistic expectations that are being perceived by a vulnerable audience. This is clearly something we are still seeing in media texts, even in modern-day media in 2025. With further analysis, we can hopefully shift to a more empowering relationship portrayal in future media text. This shift also changes the aggressive, harmful, competitive dynamic we often see. This not only ends common stereotypes against women, but also ends the stereotype of men being aggressive. This can teach emotional maturity, gender equality, and even consensual relationships. Can you see where a change needs to be made? Can you see how this can be damaging to a young audience? When a change is made, different expectations and common healthy narratives are taught, especially when it comes to young adult audiences who learn from and value what they see in film. It's time to leave this love triangle concept behind and focus on starting to give female characters more power, more of a voice, more of a choice. And this was my critical analysis of female and male relationships in media text.